In the future world, the uglier a person looks, the rarer they become. Because everyone, once they turn 16, is required to undergo cosmetic surgery. The competition based on appearance among people will disappear. Everyone can be a fair-skinned, beautiful person with long legs. Moreover, those who undergo surgery can not only become the perfect version of themselves, but even enter prosperous cities and live a life of luxury. However, those who have not undergone surgery are referred to as ugly people. It is a place that only people who have had surgery are allowed to go. Everyone there has a smile full of happiness. Amy is envious when she thinks about her boyfriend's surgery tomorrow, but she's also a little worried. It seems her boyfriend noticed her concern and promised to see her as soon as his surgery is over. He also promised not to let the doctor remove the scars on his hands, since they are symbols of their love. Hearing this, Amy finally feels at ease. Soon, at the cosmetic surgery event, the founder of the surgery, Dr. White, appeared in the center of the venue. She told the students that, as long as they underwent the surgery, both their inner and outer selves would become perfect, free from the hatred and discrimination caused by appearances. Everyone showed eager expressions amid continuous cheers. These plants not only restored the ecosystem, but also provided continuous electricity for humans, thus preventing a global catastrophe. As the days went by, Amy's boyfriend seemed to have disappeared, no longer in contact with her. Even on the day they had agreed to meet, he didn't show up. To find out what happened, Amy decided to sneak into the city as an ugly person. While passing by a bridge where a party was being held, a mask suddenly fell from above. Amy looked around and, seeing no danger, put on the mask. The next second, something amazing happened. With a dazzling flash of light, Amy instantly transformed into a beautiful woman in a gown. So she walked confidently into the city. She curiously observed everything around her. The scenes there truly felt like a fairy tale world. However, she didn't forget the purpose of her visit. After asking a passerby, she learned her boyfriend's location. She immediately headed there, and finally saw him, whom she had missed so much. Suddenly an alarm went off. It turned out that Amy's ugly identity had been scanned. The administrator immediately sent people to capture her. Seeing this, Amy stopped talking, turned, and ran. She quickly grabbed a high-tech jacket with bungee function, put it on, and jumped off a 100-meter-high building without hesitation. At the critical moment, the jacket worked, and instead of crashing to the ground, Amy landed safely and quickly ran out of the wealthy district. She hid under a bridge, waiting for the pursuers to pass by before finally relaxing. Just as she was about to breathe a sigh of relief, she accidentally kicked a stone into the water. At that moment, her pursuers locked onto her again. With no escape route, Amy watched them get closer and closer. Suddenly, a hand covered her mouth, and she was swiftly dragged away, and without saying a word, took her onto a spaceship. When she saw Special Events Bureau on the screen, Amy became nervous. The spaceship took her straight to Dr. White's office, where Amy met Dr. White herself. Dr. White told her that a classmate had gone missing recently. That classmate was Amy's best friend Daisy. Upon hearing this name, Amy quickly denied knowing anything. However, the lie detector on the screen proved she was lying. It was clear that Amy knew where Daisy was. Dr. White explained that Daisy had been brainwashed by a rebel named David, and was helping them develop a terrifying weapon. Their plan was to destroy the city where they lived, and if successful, the consequences would be unimaginable. It could even return humanity to a desolate era like 100 years ago. Hearing these terrifying words, Amy remained calm, only wanting to confirm her friend's safety. Dr. White asked Amy to find Daisy, sneak into Smoke City, and pass on information using a necklace. At that point, she promised to upgrade Amy's surgery to the highest standard, giving her the top beauty treatment, whether she completed the mission or not. Following the river, she would find a place full of white lilacs. At night, the entrance to Smoke City would appear. Since there were still hours until night, Amy fell asleep from exhaustion. However, sometime later, Amy was suddenly woken up by thick smoke. When she got up, she found herself surrounded by flames. At the critical moment, a mysterious man appeared, carrying Amy out of the fire. Through conversation, she learned that the mysterious man was David, the founder of Smoke City. Amy froze in place. David then poured out his belongings, took a machine, and started scanning. He found the tracker on the skateboard. Amy hurriedly explained that she didn't place it there. Fortunately, David didn't care. It was a common habit in the city to place trackers on skateboards. He removed the tracker and threw it away. At that moment, Dr. White received the tracker's signal. David then began scanning Amy's body. As he approached her necklace, Amy was extremely nervous, but strangely, the detector didn't respond to the necklace. She passed the test without incident, so she rushed to stop them, saying that the lilacs not only beautify the environment, but also generate electricity for the city. David argued that this was all a lie from Dr. White. To make her understand the real harm of white lilacs, they decided to take Amy to see it firsthand. Sure enough, the plants near the lilacs were dying, and on the other side, the sand was blowing everywhere. For a moment, Amy fell into deep self-doubt. At David's command, Daisy used a rocket launcher to spray the lilacs. Suddenly, two red dots appeared, heading toward them. They quickly lowered their altitude. At that moment, Daisy accidentally fell off the plane. Amy quickly lowered the rescue rope and jumped after her. The patrolling guards took the opportunity to approach. Amy knocked one down with her handbag, and managed to escape the flames with Daisy. After this, the others accepted accepted Amy's identity. The next day, they arrived at Smoke City. Smoke City turned out to be a large camp. David's parents had once been cosmetic surgeons, but after working for several years, they discovered that many patients had died due to brain diseases caused by the surgery. To investigate the truth, they started researching the drugs used for cosmetic surgery. They came to the shocking conclusion: cosmetic surgery not only changes your appearance, but also alters your brain structure. The surgery would rewire the brain, making people indifferent to everything, while providing a false sense of satisfaction. The purpose was to make people easier to control by Dr. White. David's parents had also undergone surgery, but they found an antidote and successfully freed themselves from control. Now, they had established Smoke City to research a cure for the control. This was the weapon Dr. White referred to that could destroy the city. The research was almost complete, but they were missing one last ingredient. This material could only be found in the city. They were looking for a substitute, forcing David's parents to hand over the weapon they had been researching. However, despite the threat to their lives, they refused to comply. Dr. White's men broke their necks. Amy collapsed. Dr. White had promised not to hurt anyone, but now she had gone so far. Amid the screams, the rebels were all captured. Amy seized the chance and ran. Dr. White calmly said that there was no need to chase her, that she would come back. Amy and David fled into the mountains. Now, the rebels were down to just the two of them. They decided that even if it meant sacrificing their lives, they had to rescue their comrades. After some planning, they came up with a perfect plan. They first wrote a message in the sky with flames. When Dr. White saw it, she sent a large number of troops. Once everyone left, they jumped into the prison wearing bungee jackets. At the cell door, Amy used a system glitch to open it. However, a patrolling guard was right there. Without saying a word, David beat the guard down and took the keys. The plan was going smoothly, walking calmly in front of them, forcing them into the operating room to perform the surgery on them. The three of them obediently entered, but little did they know, this was part of Amy's plan. They knew that the operating room held the last compound needed for the antidote. As the machine started, their cosmetic surgery was about to begin. But just at that critical moment, their comrades arrived by helicopter, firing flame guns at Dr. White's lab, destroying it. The group managed to escape, and in the chaos, they got the compound. They quickly boarded a helicopter and flew to the edge of the city. The antidote could finally be made. They decided to treat Daisy immediately, but to their surprise, Daisy refused, saying that this was the life she wanted. Knowing it was the best way, the group immediately left the ruins, leaving Amy to wait alone.
Make me pretty.
When Amy appeared again, she had transformed into a blonde beauty. She slowly walked to the window, gazing at the cityscape. She extended her hand, and the scars on her hand were still there, which meant she was still conscious, and hadn't been controlled by Dr. White. Her journey of revenge was about to begin.